Here's Bob Hatton, here's the encourager, and I hope I got some encouraging words for you today. I remember a song that we used to sing in the bleak midwinter, and then it goes on to sing about Christmas. When I was a little boy, I can vividly remember that quite a number of our neighbours, they sold up and they emigrated to Australia. I can especially remember that because the children, they used to sell, they would have a sale and they would sell the toys, and we could sometimes, make quite a bargain, buy something what we'd really like for a very small price. And they went, I think, outside of Sydney, there was a massive building program. I think it was a water project that was going on there in the Blue Mountains. And so many people, left England and emigrated to Australia. And I'm talking about the end of the 1950s, the beginning of the 60s. And we had a teacher at our school, her name was Mrs. Parkin, and if Mrs. Parkin, if you hear this, I hope you're well. You must be about 80 at least now. But God bless you anyway. Anyway, Mrs. Parkin told us that she was going to emigrate to America. She was going to emigrate to Australia together with her husband. And she was especially looking forward to celebrating Christmas at the beach. And when she said that, I thought, how on earth can you celebrate Christmas at the beach? Because surely Christmas has something to do with winter and with snow and with cold and with darkness. And that's kind of something that is in our tradition. And if you get a Christmas card, I know people are listening probably this morning where the sun never stops shining, and you don't have any differences in winter and summer as far as the temperature is concerned, and you have constantly 12 hours of light every day. The sun goes up at 6 o'clock in the morning and it goes down at 6 o'clock in the evening. Well, here in Europe, it's a little bit different. Now, I mentioned yesterday that the people started, the theologians and the Christian leaders, they decided, who was Jesus, that Jesus was both God and both man, and that his birth was unique. And so we're going to celebrate his birth. In the meanwhile, though, Christianity, center of Christianity, had moved from Jerusalem. It kind of moved north to Antioch, and then it moved west to Ephesus, and then it moved even further west to Rome. And of course, Christianity was expanding, and it came, really far west to Britain, and then to Ireland, and also north in the end to Scandinavia. And with the center of Christianity at that time being in Europe, the thing is that as the year goes on, as we get towards December, the days are getting shorter and shorter as far as daylight is concerned. It goes dark maybe at about 4 o'clock or even a little bit earlier when we get really into the depth of winter towards the end of December, and it doesn't get light until about 9 o'clock in the morning. And the farther north you go, the shorter the days are. And in fact, if you go to the very north of Europe, to the polar circle, then in the Arctic Circle, there is no light at all at the end of December, and the days are dark every day, 24 hours a day. But then we have what we call the winter solstice, and the days start to become longer. And we are so looking forward then to spring, when the sun will start shining again, and we can leave the house. During this time, most of the people spend most of the times indoors, and of course in antiquity that was so. They didn't have the amenities that we have today to get along in the darkness and so on. But they would spend most of the days indoors, and they would work indoors. There wasn't as much work to do as they used to have to do. So what did they especially do in the deep midwinter, when the days were shortest? From every culture, every European culture, Northern European culture, they would celebrate this or that. And they weren't celebrating because they were pagans and they wanted to worship some god, but they were celebrating because they were humans, and humans love to celebrate. And now the Christians have found something to celebrate about. They were going to celebrate about the coming of Jesus. So which better time to celebrate the coming of Jesus than in the midwinter, when people didn't have so much work to do, when the dark days were keeping them indoors, and they started to celebrate Christmas around this time. The shortest days in the year, around about 21st, 22nd of December, and of course Christmas Eve is on the 24th, and Christmas Day 21st, and the second day of Christmas is then the 26th. This is the festival of Christmas that we celebrate today. So that's how Christmas came to be about at this time. Jesus was definitely not born on the 25th or the 24th of December, but it is a convenient time to have the celebration. That's how we got Christmas in the midwinter. Now, for people who are living in the tropics, it doesn't really make sense, but this is a tradition that has come from Northern Europe. At some other time in history, they decided to redo the calendar, and the people in West Europe followed the new ordering of the calendar, and so we have Christmas on the 24th, 25th and the 26th. The people in Eastern Europe and Northeastern Europe, they remain with the old calendar, and so for them Christmas is around the 6th of January. But we do have a reason to celebrate, because at this very dark time of the year, Jesus Christ, the light of the world, is come into the world to take away the darkness and to give us light. And that's a reason to celebrate. God has come to reconcile himself with us and to reconcile us with one another. Well, God bless you. Have a good day today, and I look forward to speaking to you tomorrow. You're Bob Hatton, your encourager.